Mr. Vinti, could you please explain to people watching this video what you were suffering from when you came into our office for the first time?
Basically, I was suffering from a lack of feeling in my feet, or is popularly known as neuropathy. Lack of feeling in the lower part of my feet, my toes, my ankles, lower part of my legs. Sometimes I get a tingling or sensation down there, and I also noticed that I started getting a tingling sensation and sometimes in my fingertips, and I was going to reorder supplements that I had been taking from a previous company. I had not been taking the supplements for 3 months because I had run out of them. At the time I was about to reorder the supplements, I saw Dr. Zuckerman's ad in a Sunday paper, and since it seemed to be very health-oriented, not surgeries, not injections, not medications, but definitely working with the human body with what you have, I decided to check them out.
Excellent. And what would you say was being affected on a daily basis, activity-wise, with the problem that you had?
Activity-wise, I found out that because the neuropathy also comes with it a bunch of other symptoms, including lack of balance, lack of feeling, lack of going up and down a step. In other words, the surety of being able to go up a flight of stairs and down a flight of stairs with confidence without having to hold on to the handrail.
So
okay?
Balance and stability was a major thing for you.
Balance and stability, and I'm also a caregiver to my parents, and I didn't want just to have the balance and stability for myself in taking care of my parents, but I wanted the balance and stability to continue when I'm into my 80s, or however long I live. I am 60 at this point. I don't want to have to go through what they're going through now.
And I completely agree. I remember having this conversation with you. So you've been under care probably about a month right now. What type of results have you seen so far?
I've seen a huge improvement in the feeling come back in my feet so well that I don't have to think about where my feet are in doing daily activities. And that might sound like a pretty minuscule thing to say, but it's not, because when you're doing a 360 around the pool and cleaning the pool, and whereas before you didn't know where your feet were compared to the edge of the pool and the rough surface that's around the edge of the pool that goes like this, and I had to continually look down to see where my feet were, because I didn't know if I was going to fall into the pool or not. It got so bad previously to the point where I would empty out my pockets, the phone, the keys, my wallet, everything before cleaning the pool. Taking care of my parents, the same thing. I've caught my parents from falling 25 times over the past 3 years. When I started losing the feeling in my feet, my own balance was affected. I realized that I wouldn't have the ability to catch my parents if I had to check to see where my feet are first.
Of course. So
okay.
You're taking care of them and you're taking care of yourself now. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. And in the short month that I've been with Dr. Zuckerman, that I've got feeling back in my feet. How good is the feeling back now? I mean, even something as simple as the tile, they're big tiles in our house, the grout in between the tiles, whereas before I couldn't feel my foot going down on those tiles, let alone the grout in between the tiles. Now if I plant the palm of my foot where the 4 tiles meet, I can feel the grout, I can feel the texture of that grout, and I can even feel if one of the tiles is at a different height.
Wow, so you went from absence of perception, not even altered perception, but absence of perception.
Correct.
To perception back and then some. I mean, literally knowing depths of grout and tile and being able to, like you said, put your foot in the corner of the quadrant and actually feel the difference between the different pieces of tile. That is absolutely amazing.
And as a result, like even on the property now, cleaning the walls on the side of the house from bugs and caterpillars and stuff, I don't have to look down on the grass or the ground or in between the plants where I'm stepping, because I've gotten feeling back also in my legs, and I can feel with my legs and my feet now where my feet are, and that I should be stepping okay over here or not stepping okay over. I don't have to look down and check. The balance is there. I don't have to steady myself up against the wall with one hand, and then once I'm steady, go ahead and continue with what I'm doing. I can do it already.
What about driving? You were just telling me a story before.
I'm an ex-race car person. I've done drag racing, autocross, road racing. I was a champion in my field back in the late 70s up in New York. Now with taking care of mom and dad and change of life and everything, I haven't done any racing recently. But if you have no feeling in your feet, how can you manipulate a clutch, a brake, and a gas pedal? Or even if the car is an automatic, how can you manipulate quickly a brake and a gas pedal? We're not talking about driving on the street where you have time to go from the gas and the gas to the brake to the gas, or even shift with a clutch. In a race car, everything has to be perfect. If it's not perfect, you're wasting your time on the course. Now that I have perfect feeling in my fingers and continuing improvement in my feet, that I can feel the pedals again. Maybe someday after taking care of mom and dad to the point where I can just leave them alone or they're gone, that if I get another race car, I can get behind the wheel of again and do one of the things that I love most in this world.
Absolutely amazing. Is there any message that you'd like to send out to anybody watching this video?
Yeah. Don't be so fast to get medications. Don't be so fast to get injections. Don't be so fast to get surgery. The human body is designed, whether you believe in God or not, the human body is designed to heal. The human body responds to natural manipulation. The human body responds to natural supplements. It doesn't necessarily respond to injections, surgeries, or other artificial means. If you're a Christian like I am, you know in the Bible it says that God gave us everything on this earth to stay well. Do you believe that or not? I don't believe God has given us necessarily injections, medications, surgeries. In some instances, yes, they're necessary. You break a leg, yeah, the only way you're going to get it back together is surgery, obviously.
But it's just never the first option when it's necessary.
When it's necessary, okay? For something like what I have, you want to explore. If you got back issues, you got shoulder issues, you got elbow issues, you got neuropathy like I do, you want to explore getting back what you had before, doing it naturally, manually, in a healthy way to do it. Even to spend time with the doctor, figure out what's missing out of your diet between vitamins and supplements, so that helps you get back to where you were before. I'm just a proponent of keeping well what you have. Okay, I've done a lot of research for mom and dad as a caregiver on the internet to help make their life a little bit easier. My brother's type 2 diabetic. He's lost his right leg. I help him out with stuff that I've done research on, and I've been able to help the three of them as well as other people that I know, friends, people in church. And when this happened with the neuropathy in my legs a couple years ago, and I started doing supplements, my own research, and then the supplements ran out, I was going to reorder it, and then I found out Dr. Zuckerman in the Sunday paper, and I figured, wow, no injections, no medications, no surgeries. I have to at least go for a checkout visit, and that's what I did.
And I'm so happy we had the opportunity to help change your life, and it's only going to get better. Thank you for sharing your story, Mr. Vinti.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for letting me be here.